So now that we are done with our configuration, just as a demo, we're going to place a call to our configured number as we have in the screen. And and we can see briefly that our call is picked up. Running, just trying to get as close uh, as possible. Okay, so this concludes that we can make a call, an inbound call into a system and do completely the whilst it's still running.
Assistance with? Are you looking to schedule a call or need information about something specific? I'm having a bit of trouble understanding your message. Could you please clarify what you mean by lost and it's still running? Are you referring to call an application or something else? Let me know how I can assist you.
So I've muted the mic briefly as I would like to demonstrate a couple. So if you are dealing with more than low code, no code, and you probably want to have your flow of um, showing the events, monitoring your agents, or like a classic call center during the humor. You have all the access to the resources on the SIP call API. And for example, let's grab this, for example, as a way of listing our calls. I'm just gonna go to somewhere here and then paste that here. And need to replace my dummy API username and API key as the right one. So I'm gonna grab the correct ones and replace them here. Notes, right? So, copy this again and paste it. Paste it. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab all calls onto active and so for us, your call is live and running. Uh, the call is live and running. When you make a request to MediaSFU, probably need to zoom in this a bit. Make a request to MediaSFU to list your call, or we are gonna have the calls displaying there. So just as a demo, no calls running now. We can just try that. So that's when you paste this here. We are gonna get, if I zoom this in, there's no call running currently. Now that we are technically done with everything regarding setting up our system, it's worthwhile to know that everything regarding controlling of your call, if you need to, for most people who are just on AI agents and the like, you probably never need to probably join a call, place on hold, and transfer, and all those things. But every single option you ever need, you have the zip call API in terms of HTTP endpoints there to do that for you. Mostly, you just need to grab the calls. If you can identify the call or by the number or the SIP config you are referring to, then you can just use the SIP call ID to send subsequent requests. I'm going to zoom this in a bit. So if you can get the SIP call ID, all you need is to replace the call ID from here. And then assuming this, for example, updates the templates for whoever you're discussing or calling or is called you. So maybe the name or something that you need to be a bit more dynamic. So you also need your bearer stuff. So it's correct as it illustrated so far. And then you can go through this building your custom VoIP. And if mostly in the case of those who require some kind of human interaction, you probably find this much more useful. Now, regarding the other extreme, which is an outgoing call, regarding an outgoing call, this is usually a two-step process. If you take a look at the payload for outgoing call, we do realize we need the room name we are calling from. So basically it starts off with a room name. So how do we get a room name? First, we need to create a room. So you have to first create a room and then you pass the room name in here and the number you intend to call, as well as the number you are calling from. It should be the number you registered on MediaSFU. Yes, a config. Then the initiator name. When you created this room, you added a username as we've seen so far. So username, maybe test name or whatever it is, it goes in here. By default, the way the flow works is that if you're just starting off with an agent, a human never gets to join, the system automatically adds whatever user you use to create the room as a default entry in there. So the person is going to be in there, and then if it's the option of you using your voice, that means uh, one step, create a room. You know how to create a MediaSFU room. You join the link in the browser, or like we've seen, simple, easiest way. In the link, you do know your meeting name, the meeting ID, you take that room name. If you want to start with your audio, you turn on your mic, maybe once, and turn it off, at least have it turned on once. Then you pass the room name here. If we are going to go with your mic, you have to indicate that we are going to start with initiator audio. This default to false, rather, sorry. So you're going to start with initiator audio of true, which is your mic. And it means you would have turned the mic on, else it's going to fail. Else you just leave it as simple and the bot uh, picks up, sorry, and the bot initiates a call. So this is the basic um, requirements needed, basic fields needed, a room name which you would have created earlier by sending a request to MediaSFU, pass in here the number you intend to call in the format of class, country code, and the like, your caller ID number, something you have registered on MediaSFU's dashboard, and hopefully you have support, you have turned on outbound call. And then the initiator name, basically the detail you use to create the room, passed in here. This is sufficient to make an agent start a call. If it's a human, then you pass in starts with initiator audio as true. And that means you would have joined the meeting room first and then turn on your mic before placing the call. So this is a brief summary of the critical things you need in terms of initiating uh, an outgoing call. In addition to all what you've seen so far regarding incoming calls, are mostly handled automatically if you don't have a webhook to control the flow.